Steve G here for Chef Knives to Go with another quick look product review. And what we have this time is the Kotetsu VG10 Damascus Gyuto 210mm knife. So you'll see on the side of the blade it says Minamoto Kotetsu. And it's got some, well, we'll show you, it's etched in name and some kanji on there. These, as the name indicates, are a multi-layered cladding on top of VG10. So you've got VG10 full stainless steel. Heat treats typically around 60 on that. And then this says on it, it says 33 ply special steel on right on the name here, VG10 Japan. So it's a kind of a muted Damascus or Suminagashi pattern there. You'll see. But nicely done. The height and weight and dimensions here will be probably pretty close knife to knife, but this particular one is 163 grams or 5.7 ounces. It does have full tang construction in the handle, as we will see. The handle is just kind of your basic black paca wood, which is a stabilized wood product, which does a nice job. The edge length is right at 210 millimeters. Or about 8 1/4 inches from the tip to the back of the heel. Overall length, about 330 millimeters or 13 inches, or right on the nose. And these are fairly stiff given the thickness, but they're about 2 millimeters thick at the spine. Pretty much just all the way down. It's really consistent. And then you don't really see an obvious grind here. You can kind of tell from the layering a bit where it starts to get ground down towards the edge, and you can see it's got a little bit of polish to it, obviously, from the lighting. But as you get down towards the tip, it's ground pretty thin. Get our camera to stay in focus here. So they've done a nice job on the grind. It's pretty thin right towards the edge. You can kind of see it, a little bit of distal taper as we get down, and then that's really thin at the edge. Or I should say, I'm sorry, the tip. I get this right here. This is the tip, so it's quite thin. So that should really go through product very nicely. And then here is the choil shot. My camera does not want to focus today. And it's pretty thin at the edge as well. So very thin at the tip, thin at the edge. This would be a good performing knife. Height, about 45.5 millimeters at the back. And you can see you've got an integrated bolster here. So nicely done there. So plenty of space for your pinch grip right there. So height, no problem. In terms of the handle, again, it is a black packwood handle with you got your 3 stainless rivets here. It's a full tang construction on that all the way down. Just good kind of feel for the handle. It's just nothing out of the ordinary in the handle one way or the other. So it's got a little nice scallop right back here. It's kind of one of their deals. So it's got a little extra scallop right here. It's kind of nice. Get your pinky. Fourth finger and pinky there, a little bit of a nice spot to rest. Depending now, if you like to hold the handle back here, great. I'm a pinch gripper, so I'm way up here. But some people like to racket grip, and they're back here. That's a nice little shelf for your back fingers there to go right in there on. So it's kind of a nice little touch that they do on their shape of their handle. Other than that, just nice fit and finish all the way around. Integrated bolster going right into the blade. Get our beauty shot here. Again, it's got a little bit of polish to it. You can kind of see that. On the back side of the blade, or I should say on the right side of the blade, you've got that etched in information there, kanji. There's your cladding core steel. Here's the left side of the blade. There's no markers on here, naming or kanji or anything. Fit and finish wise, nice job. Nothing super, spectacular out of the ordinary, but they've got a little bit of relief on the corners of the spine. Not a ton, but enough. And then the choil, a little bit of relief on the choil, just enough to keep it from being sharp. So you could hit that further if you wanted to. Out of the box edge, nice out of the box edge. I'm going to give it a 6, maybe 7 out of 10 on my scale. Had some polish to it. Balance point is actually surprisingly not that far back given full tang on the handle. So there's your balance point. It's right about there. So in a pinch grip, it's not too handle heavy. Sometimes full tang knives can be a bit handle heavy. This one's fairly neutral. It's a little bit handle heavy, but not much. So if you're pinch gripping this, it's got a nice feel to it. Here is the cutting board profile and the edge profile. So we have just really smooth. It's just glides around. No hiccups on the edge profile. It's not super flat at the back. It rolls into the heel right there. So there's not... Try to cut myself. Luckily, I didn't do that, so... I'm not looking straight down. I'm off to the side, so it's hard to tell where the knife edge is. Because the camera's pointing down this way, and I'm not that way, so... But here's our edge profile. So not a huge flat spot on the back, but it's flat-ish. And then just kind of a standard gentle belly, so I can get pretty high. I can get about right in there for the tip wants to dig into the cutting board. So this will rock really, it is a very smooth profile, so it'll rock really nicely. Easy peasy on the rock. You can do tip draws. You'll have to raise the handle a little bit higher, but you can do that. Glide cuts, push-pull cuts, things like that. Rocking pretty nice. Not a huge flat spot, but it depends what your preferences are, but I'd say a pretty versatile profile, and again, it's very smooth on the flow of that edge profile. So, just a good all-around, full, stainless knife with a nice look to it and solid construction. Very thin at the tip, nice performance there and the edge. So this is the Kotetsu VG10 Damascus Gyuto 210mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.